The information in this video comes from thorough research. Please share your thoughts on the video, The Roman Empire, in the comments. We'd love to hear what you think. It is better to create than to learn. Creating is the essence of life. Julius Caesar. The Roman Empire, a comprehensive history, 8,000 words. The Roman Empire stands as one of the most influential and powerful civilizations in human history. Spanning over 1,000 years from the founding of Rome in 753 BCE to the fall of Constantinople in 1453 CE, the Roman Empire shaped the political, cultural, religious, and legal foundations of Western civilization. At its height, the empire stretched from the British Isles in the northwest to Egypt in the south and Mesopotamia in the east. This text explores the vast narrative of Rome's rise, glory, and eventual decline, alongside its enduring legacy. Origins of Rome. Rome was founded, according to legend, in 753 BCE by Romulus and Remus, twin sons of the god Mars and the priestess Rhea Silvia. The historical record, however, suggests that Rome began as a cluster of small settlements along the Tiber River in central Italy. Influenced by neighboring Etruscans and Greeks, early Rome was initially a monarchy before becoming a republic in 509 BCE. During the Roman kingdom, 753 to 509 BCE, 7 kings ruled Rome, each contributing to its early political and religious structures. The overthrow of the monarchy marked a pivotal shift towards a republican system of governance, laying the foundation for Roman political institutions that would influence future empires. The Roman Republic, 509 to 27 BCE. The Republic was characterized by a complex system of checks and balances involving consuls, the Senate, and popular assemblies. Consuls were elected annually to lead the government and military, while the Senate wielded enormous influence over foreign and domestic policy. This period saw Rome expand across the Italian peninsula and engage in significant conflicts, including the Punic Wars against Carthage. The most notable of these was the Second Punic War, 218 to 201 BCE, in which the Carthaginian general Hannibal famously crossed the Alps with his war elephants. As Rome's territory expanded, internal tensions grew. Wealth disparities, corruption, and the over-reliance on slave labor led to social unrest. Reformers like the Gracchi brothers attempted to address inequality, but their efforts were met with violent resistance. Civil wars followed, culminating in the rise of Julius Caesar, who declared himself dictator for life in 44 BCE before being assassinated by senators hoping to preserve the republic. The rise of the empire. After Caesar's death, Rome plunged into a power struggle between his supporters and assassins. Eventually, Caesar's adopted son Octavian emerged victorious. In 27 BCE, Octavian was granted the title Augustus by the Senate, marking the end of the Republic and the beginning of the Roman Empire. Augustus established a new political system that maintained the facade of republican institutions while concentrating power in the emperor. His reign ushered in the Pax Romana, Roman peace, a period of relative stability and prosperity that lasted over 2 centuries. Government and administration. The Roman Empire developed a sophisticated administrative system to govern its vast territories. The emperor held ultimate authority, but local governance was often delegated to provincial governors. Roman law, codified in legal texts and enforced by magistrates, became a model for future legal systems. Citizenship was gradually extended to conquered peoples, creating a sense of unity and loyalty to Rome. The empire also maintained a professional bureaucracy and a vast network of roads to facilitate communication and trade. Military power and expansion. Rome's military was central to its success. The Roman legions were highly disciplined, well-trained, and equipped with advanced weaponry and tactics. The army not only defended the empire's borders, but also served as a tool for expansion and Romanization. Rome expanded into Britain, Gaul, the Balkans, North Africa, and the Middle East. Notable emperors such as Trajan pushed the empire to its greatest territorial extent. Military forts and colonies helped secure Roman presence and spread Roman culture throughout the provinces. Society and culture. Roman society was hierarchical, with a clear division between patricians, nobility, and plebeians, commoners. Slavery was widespread, and slaves played vital roles in agriculture, household work, and even education. Education was highly valued among the elite. Boys were taught rhetoric, philosophy, and Latin literature, while girls were educated in household management. Latin and Greek were the dominant languages. Roman art, architecture, and literature were heavily influenced by the Greeks. Public buildings like the Colosseum and the Pantheon showcased Roman engineering prowess. Writers like Virgil, Ovid, and Cicero contributed to a rich literary tradition. Religion and philosophy. Religion in the Roman Empire evolved significantly. Initially polytheistic, Romans worshipped a pantheon of gods and goddesses, many borrowed from Greek mythology. Temples and public festivals honored these deities. With time, Eastern religions such as the cults of Isis, Mithras, and Cybele gained popularity. The most profound transformation came with the rise of Christianity. Initially persecuted, Christians gained legal recognition under Emperor Constantine in the 4th century CE. In 380 CE, Emperor Theodosius I made Christianity the state religion, leading to the decline of traditional Roman religion. Roman philosophy was deeply influenced by Stoicism, Epicureanism, and later Neoplatonism. Thinkers such as Seneca, Marcus Aurelius, and Plotinus shaped Roman intellectual life. Economy and trade. The Roman economy was diverse and complex. Agriculture formed the backbone, with grain, olives, and wine being key products. Trade flourished across the Mediterranean, aided by Rome's infrastructure and coinage system. Rome engaged in commerce with distant regions such as India and China via the Silk Road. Ports like Alexandria and Ostia became major trade centers. The economy also depended heavily on slave labor, which contributed to long-term economic stagnation. Taxation funded public works, the military, and the imperial administration. However, inflation, over-reliance on slave labor, and economic mismanagement eventually weakened the empire. The crisis of the 3rd century. The 3rd century CE was a period of turmoil marked by political instability, economic decline, and external invasions. More than 20 emperors ruled in just 50 years, often gaining power through military coups. The empire faced invasions from Germanic tribes and threats from the Sassanid Empire in the east. Simultaneously, internal revolts and a collapsing economy strained the imperial system. Plagues and famines further worsened conditions. Efforts to restore order came under Emperor Diocletian, who restructured the empire and introduced the Tetrarchy, a system of rule by 4 emperors. Although temporarily stabilizing, the system soon failed due to power struggles. The division of the empire. In 285 CE, Diocletian officially divided the Roman Empire into eastern and western halves for administrative purposes. The Western Roman Empire was centered in Rome and later Ravenna, while the Eastern Roman Empire, with its capital in Byzantium, later Constantinople, became increasingly powerful and wealthy. Constantine the Great, r. 306 to 337 CE, reunited the empire briefly and embraced Christianity. He founded Constantinople in 330 CE, which would later become the heart of the Byzantine Empire. The fall of the Western Roman Empire. The Western Roman Empire gradually weakened due to internal decay, economic troubles, and relentless barbarian invasions. Germanic tribes, including the Visigoths, Vandals, and Ostrogoths, pushed into Roman territory. In 410 CE, Rome was sacked by the Visigoths under Alaric. In 476 CE, the Germanic chieftain Odoacer deposed the last Western Roman emperor, Romulus Augustulus. This event traditionally marks the fall of the Western Roman Empire. The Eastern Roman Empire, Byzantine Empire. The Eastern Roman Empire, known as the Byzantine Empire, continued for nearly 1,000 years after the fall of the West. It preserved Roman law, culture, and administrative systems, while also developing a distinct identity rooted in Greek language and Orthodox Christianity. Under Emperor Justinian I, r. 527 to 565 CE, The Byzantines recaptured parts of the former Western Empire and codified Roman law in the Corpus Juris Civilis. The Byzantine Empire remained a formidable power until its fall to the Ottoman Turks in 1453 CE. Legacy of the Roman Empire. The Roman Empire's legacy is vast and enduring. Roman law, language, architecture, and governance influenced the development of Western Europe and the Christian Church. Latin remained the language of scholarship, law, and the Church for centuries. The idea of Rome persisted in the concept of the Holy Roman Empire and in the identity of nations such as Italy and Romania. Many modern institutions, from legal codes to republican governments, trace their roots to Rome. The Roman Empire was a civilization of immense complexity and achievement. From humble beginnings on the banks of the Tiber River, Rome built one of the largest empires in history, leaving an indelible mark on the world. Its rise and fall offer timeless lessons on leadership, governance, innovation, and resilience. Though the empire itself has long since vanished, its influence lives on in law, language, art, and collective memory. If you have any experiences related to this topic, be sure to share them with us. Until the next episode, be mindful of the energies around you.